there's a couple of other swim approaches I'd take. A nice one that I learned from Cameron Dye, who was a top professional triathlete some years ago. He, and a really, really good swimmer, he particularly likes using a test where you do 6 by 100 as fast as you can physically go for the 6 by 100 with a 5-second recovery. And he said that in his experience, that if somebody is sort of neurologically resilient, that they can hold their stroke together under high load, then you should literally see the splits for those hundreds be plus or minus 1 second. If you see them sort of like that 5th or 6th one, like drop from like a 112 to like a 115, then they are lacking, resilience, endurance, the capacity to hold their stroke together. And that's a nice little test. It's not particularly long, and then, you've got other swim sessions you can do where, again, you can look at, a classic Paul Newsome, swim smooth is a red mist. It's basically 10 by 400. So you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the 400s. And again, you're looking for that to improve over a period of time. And you're looking for a good descend, from easy aerobic down to, threshold. And you're looking for just consistent descends and pacing. Other approaches you can take are being a little bit more, what's the word? Sort of giving the athlete a bit more sort of introspection and saying, right, what I want you to do is I want you to do what I call like a broken 4K or a broken 3K. And you say, right, I want you to swim this broken 3K at what you perceive to be your race effort for your given race. And you can break that 3K up as much as you like, into hundreds, 50s, 200s, 300s, 400s, 1K, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You can mix and match. I don't care. And I don't care about the recovery either. You can take short amount or large amount or whatever works for you, as long as you hit that pace. And so for some athletes, that perceived race effort is always going to be, it always should be quicker when they're doing a swim session than the actual race effort. Because in the race, you've triathletes, they've still got to bike, they've still got to run, there's competition anxiety. So it might be in this instance that somebody does a broken 3K and they're trying to hold 112 and they go sort of, a couple of 400s, a couple of 300s, a couple of 200s, some 50s, and they're always hitting that 112 pace. And you can play around with the intensity on that. You can say, okay, actually, I want you to do that workout, but I want you to do that workout and actually swim it as fast as you would swim a 3K time trial. And again, you're then going to start to get an indication of, resilience and muscular endurance in that instance, because again, they might pick a time. So let's say this athlete that was swimming 112 for an Ironman, they might pick 110, and then suddenly they actually, they do a couple of 400s, a couple of 300s, and then it starts to kind of go to 111s on the 200s, and then they drop to 50s, and then, they're just able to hold those 35s. And that, tells you, probably you just haven't quite got enough resilience in your stroke.